Hey guys, so you might have seen that I posted a review today. So I'm actually going to go over the review with you. So if you take the time to actually listen to this, you could potentially fill out your entire review and turn it in and not even have to look up the answers in the book. So hopefully you guys take the time to do this because it would be easier on you, right? And I thought I would just review a little bit of chapter 4 with you guys, kind of like I do in real life also. Um, so, question 1 says, how can you promote health to your patients by practicing it yourself? This is the beginning of chapter 4, kind of gives you some ideas. Things like diet, rest, exercise, having good posture, avoiding alcohol, and avoiding tobacco. All of those things are good things to practice yourself if you are going to be in healthcare and be kind of preaching that to your patients. Obviously, you know, you could be at like all different kinds of healthcare settings, but that's kind of the basis of healthcare in general is overall health. And then you get into these smaller sections of things. So, but all of those things are kind of like overarching. Like we all know having a good diet is going to help you be healthier overall. We all know rest is super important. Exercise is really good for your body and super important. So like all those things are important. So those are the answers. 2, what are some important standards of practice for personal appearance in healthcare? So I just listed some off here that were in the book. Uniform, so wearing a uniform, clothing, your clothing needs to be neat, washed, and clean, and appropriate. Wearing your name badge, closed-toed shoes, keeping up with your personal hygiene, so making sure you wear deodorant, you're not smelling, you're taking showers, all of those things. Keeping your nails short, especially if you're a woman. Um, there are some healthcare settings that you cannot wear nails at all, like fake nails. Keeping your hair up or pinned back and clean and neat. So if you've got long hair, whether you're a girl or a guy, most of the time you need to keep it pinned back or keep it back out of your face. Um, that's usually like a requirement. Careful of not wearing too many or too much jewelry. Covering tattoos if necessary and not wearing excessive makeup. Number 3, when employers and patients rely on you and you accept that position and are there for them that would be dependability. That means you're dependable. Number 4, truthfulness and integrity could be called what? Honesty. The ability to say something is number 5. The ability to say something or do something in the kindest or most fitting way in a situation is called having what? Tact. 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 Number 6, when you are qualified and capable of performing a task, it is called competence. Competence. Number 7, when you can identify with and understand someone's perspective or situation or motive, it is called empathy. Number 8, using judgment is called having discretion. Discretion. Number 9, who is the individual in a communication setting who creates the message to convey information to another side or another person? And that would be the sender. They're sending the message. They're sending that to the receiver. Number 10, what does feedback tell you? What does feedback tell you? Well, feedback tells you whether the communication was successful. Number 12, what is aphasia? Aphasia. Well, aphasia is the loss or impairment of the power to comprehend words, usually as a result of injury or damage to the brain. Number 13, blank in people can cause anger or negative attitudes, and that would be fear. Fear. Fear and anger are actually like two sides of the same coin type of thing. Like a lot of people who are angry are really fearful of something, whether losing something or they are fearful of what might happen, fearful of, it could be fear, but they don't even realize that it's that. So that's an interesting thing that I actually didn't learn until I was an adult. So I'll have a leg up in life now that you know this. You can think about when people get angry or have negative attitudes all the time, like you can think about it like, I wonder what they're fearing, It's like psychology 101. Okay, so number 14 is blank consists of many professionals with different levels of education, ideas, backgrounds, and interests working together for the benefit of the patient. And that would be teamwork. Number 15, blank improves communication and continuity of care. That would be teamwork also. So both of those things are teamwork. Number 16, blank leaders encourage the participation of all individuals in decisions that have to be made or problems that need to be solved. And that would be a democratic leader. A democratic leader. And then 17 says blank leaders are often called a dictator or dictators. That would be autocratic leaders. 18, blank can be defined as the body's reaction to any stimulus that requires a person to adjust to a changing environment. And that would be stress. That'd be stress. Number 19, true or false? All stress is harmful. All stress is harmful. That's actually false. There's some good reasons in the book, but one of them talks about it can make you more alert and raise your energy level. Like there needs to be some level of stress in your life to get you up to do things, Like if you have the stress of a child, like they have to be fed and taken care of. And so it's kind of a good thing, like that they have needs that need to be met because that makes you get up and have a sense of purpose in your life and take care of them. Same with like jobs. Like you have a job, most of the time you have a job because you want to make money, right? Because the stress of not having money is greater than the job itself, right? And so if we just had like all the money in the world, we'd probably just like sit at home and do nothing, you know what I mean? And then be bored. And that's why a lot of people who are super rich, like they kind of lose themselves and they struggle with depression, suicide, anxiety, depression, all those things because they lose a sense of purpose in their life. And so stress can be a good thing. Stress pushes us to do things we may not do, otherwise. Like the stress of being alone, like think about it. If we were like so happy being alone all the time, like no one would like procreate, no one would like meet people and want a romantic relationship, no one would get married, like no one would like build families, things like that, because they would just be like, I'm happy in my bubble, But like even introverts, even people who don't really like people, like even people like that still yearn for their person or a person. And I think that's okay. That's a good thing. Like that's how we were made to be. Like we were made to pair off, And so, and it's okay to be single for a long time. I was single till I was like 27 before I got married. So, it's not something you have to rush into, but I'm just saying it's a need that we have that we're searching for, and that's okay. And so, but it's kind of a stress at the same time. But that's a good thing. It's a good thing. It pushes you out of your comfort zone, and because otherwise I would have never met my husband because he would have never felt pushed out of his comfort zone to come talk to me. We met at a party, at a New Year's Eve party, right? So he never would have come talk to me, and we would not be married and having kids and doing all these things and like have a happy life because he, stayed in the safe zone, So that was a lot longer of an answer. Sorry. Number 20, we're almost done, is a system of practical skills that allows an individual to use time in the most effective and productive way possible. And that is time management, which I'm sure all of you guys are trying to figure out right now. Time management. And then 21, a blank is defined as a desired result or purpose towards which one is working. And that is a goal, which I also think is really important. I think everybody needs goals, because even the short-term goals, like today I'm going to get this done, blank done. And if you're struggling like with depression and anxiety and things like that, one thing that can really help is just making small goals every day, especially if you're stuck at home, because it gives you a sense of purpose. And so if you're struggling today with that, which I know being at home alone for long periods of time can like cause that, I would just suggest to make a list of a few goals that you want to get done, whether that be with school, maybe calling a friend, or doing something for yourself that, you know, makes you happy, cooking, you know, something, or taking a walk, walking your dog, you know, doing something and making a list of it. And that's really been helpful for me, especially when I was working from home. It would help me to make a list of things, or even like in the summertime when I'm just home with Lincoln. Otherwise, we just like sit there and watch TV, you know, and that can get boring. So there's tons of stuff to do, and things you need to do that you can make a list, and then you'll feel good about it at the end of the day when you've checked it off and you're like, oh my God, I got some things done. And it'll give you a sense of purpose, and it'll really help with that. That depression, anxiety that you can feel being so cooped up all the time. Okay, so that is it for this. So make sure to type in your answers and upload it to Google Classroom. And this is going to be due before the test on Thursday. The test should not be that hard, especially if you just did this. So I hope you guys are doing great. I will see y'all Tuesday. I'm making this before Tuesday, but I'm going to post this on Tuesday. But I'll see you Tuesday for your Google Meet. We're going to go over a couple things. And then, yeah, it'll be nice to see everybody's faces. All right. Have a great day, guys.